So, okay. You may have heard of Dr. Milowitz in our community, but Aortic Hope will have a live Q&A with Dr. Diana Milowitz, hosted by Jack Crow, February 27th, which happens to be the day of my dissection, not the day of my surgery because I was misdiagnosed, but that is the day of my dissection. Coming up on 5 years, yay. So come join Aortic Hope live Q&A hosted by Jack Crow from Aortic Athletes as he interviews Dr. Diana Milowitz. Dr. Milowitz is a PhD and president is the president. Wait a minute, I read this earlier and that doesn't make sense. Diana Milowitz is the president. I left out the word is. President of George H.W. Bush Chair of Cardiovascular Medicine, Director of the Division of Medical Genetics, and Vice Chair of the Department of Internal Medication at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. I have to take a drink after that. McGovern Medical School. I'd have a hard time introducing her. That was like one long run-on sentence.
That was a big one for sure.
Very impressive. So she should have great information for us. And she'll be presenting genetic disposition, exercise, and aortic disease on our YouTube channel. So the same way you joined us today, if you find us, that's the same way you will join us on that day. And you'll be able to type in any questions, and then somebody will read those questions to her. And if you want to stay anonymous, you can send them to aortichope.org, info@aortichope.org. So Diana is the author of the 2022 American College of Cardiology, American Heart Association guidelines for the diagnosis and management of aortic disease, which provides recommendations to guide clinicians in the diagnosis, genetic evaluation, and family screening, medical therapy, endovascular and surgical treatment, and long-term surveillance of patients with aortic disease across multiple clinical presentation subsets. Another long sentence. But obviously, she's very involved in our community and is very interested in in serving our community with the most up-to-date information. And since 2010, the John Ritter Foundation has provided funding and support for the John Ritter Research Program, an independent research project conducted out of the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston under the direction of Dr. Milowitz. The focus of JRRP is to discover more genes that cause thoracic aortic aneurysms or dissection, understand the genetic and environmental risk factors for developing thoracic aortic disease, and collect data on other symptoms associated with the thoracic aortic disease. So obviously their focus is on that thoracic aortic disease.